Chapter 3. A Visitor. Diane pulled her chair up to the kitchen table and opened her coloring book. She carefully spread it out next to Mom's busy sewing machine. Through the window, the sound of school children's happy shouts and laughter drifted in. Diane picked up a crayon and carefully studied the bold letters on it. "I can't wait to go to school. Then I can learn to read. It will be so much fun." Mom nodded her head. Reading is fun and it can teach us many new things. The children's favorite pastimes included coloring, playing with the neighbor children, and waiting for Dad to arrive home from work. One Wednesday evening, the phone rang during supper time. Mom hushed the children as Dad answered the phone. "Hello?" There was a moment of silence as he listened and cautiously replied, "Yes, we can arrange for that. Thanks for calling." As he hung up the phone, Mom turned to him curiously. What was that call about? Henry said that a young college student appeared at their church. She is from Italy and wants to know what the Mennonites believe in practice. He thought she might enjoy visiting our church this evening. They have a business meeting tonight at their church and figured that would not be very interesting to a visitor. "No, she probably wouldn't find that very interesting," agreed Mom. She clapped her hands and said, "All right, children, let's get in high gear." The family hurried with the final preparations for church while Mom packed the diaper bag. Bibles were gathered and shoes were collected from their various hiding places. It was a warm spring evening as the family took their short walk to church. "I wonder what she will look like," Diane whispered to Angela. They had never seen an Italian girl before. Entering the church parking lot, Angela started pointing excitedly. "Is that her? She looks so nice." "Yes," Mom said. "I think that must be the girl. Let's all make her feel very welcome, okay?" The family hurried over to meet her. The young student greeted them cheerfully. "Welcome to our church." Dad motioned to the building with his hand as he introduced himself. "My name is Jay. This is my wife Norma, and these are our children. I'm glad I can be here. My name is Shirley." The girl's voice was rich with a thick accent. Diane whispered loudly to Mom, "She talks funny." "Shh." Mom hushed Diane as she followed Dad and Shirley into the church. The children watched in amazement as the visitor sang with gusto during the congregational singing, and Mom noticed that Shirley attentively listened to the Bible discussion. The air was cooler now, and darkness had settled across the city as people emerged from church to head home. "Where will you be spending the night?" Mom curiously asked Shirley as they were stepping off the porch. Shirley gave a nonchalant shrug. "Oh, I think I'll find a park bench somewhere." "You mean to sleep on?" Diane's eyes grew wide in amazement. "Oh, no." Mom firmly shook her head. "You can't do that. It isn't safe for a young lady to be out alone at night. You will come spend the night at our house. We have an extra bedroom you are welcome to use." After Mom had shown Shirley to her room and tucked the children into bed, she retired to her bedroom and spoke to Dad. "I don't know. I feel a bit uneasy. Do you believe her story? Is she really who she claims to be?" Dad scratched his head. "I've been wondering the same thing. We just need to let it in God's hands." Mom tossed and turned that night. Sleep did not come easy. She had almost fallen asleep when Brian cried out. She quickly sat up and put on her slippers. Quietly, she tiptoed around the house, checking on the children. Everything seemed to be fine, and the house was quiet. After committing the situation into the Lord's hands, she began to relax, and sleep finally came. The uneasiness of the night was soon forgotten as the day dawned clear and bright. Shirley and the family gathered around the table for breakfast. "Do you have any plans for your day, Shirley?" Mom questioned. "If not, you are welcome to join us for the church service this morning to remember Christ's ascension into heaven." She scooped some oatmeal into Shirley's bowl. "Yes, please do." Angela clapped her hands. "I'd like that," Shirley eagerly replied. "I learned about Ascension Day in some of my Catholic services." The days passed, and Shirley was still living with the family. She made no mention of leaving, and the family noticed that her accent had mysteriously disappeared. One evening, Shirley motioned for Mom and Dad to sit down in the living room. "It's time I tell you the truth," she began. "I'm not really a college student from Italy. The last few years, I've been living at a children's home in Rhode Island. I learned about the Pennsylvania Mennonites in a magazine article. I thought that I could run away and hide with them. I hitchhiked all the way here, and that's when I met your family." Shirley hung her head as she quickly brushed away the tears trickling down her face. "Even though I wish I was older, I'm really not 18. I'm only 15. Mom hugged Shirley as Dad started talking. "Shirley, I'm glad you told us the truth. Norma and I need to know about this and decide what we should do next." Mom and Dad were alone in the house as Shirley and the children played outside. "What are we going to do with Shirley?" Mom asked. A slight frown wrinkled her face. "I've come to really enjoy having Shirley around, and she has been asking sincere questions about Jesus and Christianity." "I know she is interested in learning about Jesus, but she is also an underage runaway," said Dad. "We could get into trouble with the law. We need to take her to the proper authorities." The family sadly drove Shirley to the police station. One of the officers called the Rhode Island Children's Home to alert them about Shirley. Mom could hear the person on the other end of the phone reply to the officer, "Shirley is missing from our home, according to our records. Please lock her up for the night. We will schedule a flight back for her tomorrow afternoon." The officer disagreed. "Locking her up won't be necessary. She is here with a great family, and I'm sure it will be safe for her to stay with them another night." The ride to the airport the next day was quiet. No one felt like talking. Dad carried Brian, Mom held Angela's hand, and Diane clung to Shirley's hand as they walked into the airport. Big tears rolled down Diane's face, and Angela sniffled as they said goodbye to Shirley. The Fox family watched through the large windows as Shirley's plane disappeared into the blue sky. Back in Rhode Island, Shirley put in a request to return to the city of Reading, where she had found love and a home. Everyone waited anxiously for the approval. The day finally came when the request was cleared. "What are you doing, Mom?" Diane asked as she watched her scurrying around the house. "I'm getting ready for Shirley to come home again." "But Mom, why do you have to go to school all the time?" Angela piped in from where she was coloring. "It's not school, it's classes for big people," Diane confidently corrected her. "Dad and I have to go to classes with caseworkers so that Shirley can come live with us. They want to make sure we will be good parents." Mom quickly answered over her shoulder as she finished sweeping the floor. The day of Shirley's return finally arrived, and everyone, especially Diane and Angela, were excited to see their big sister again. Shirley soon celebrated her 16th birthday and kept busy with cleaning for a travel agency, taking night classes at the local high school, and attending a term of Bible school. The children eagerly gathered around to hear all the stories and the letters that she wrote. "It sounds like she is having a fun time and learning a lot at Bible school," Mom concluded. "Her ability to memorize is just amazing to me," Dad added. Mom rested her chin on her hand and said, "I wonder why God brought her into our home. I wonder what He has in store for Shirley."